we've received an extremely disturbing letter from a committee chair in the UK Parliament. When an entire government targets an individual and urges others based only on 2, 3, or maybe even 4 allegations, unproven allegations, to destroy a man's livelihood. And that's exactly what the UK government has done with Russell Brand. This is a letter from the Culture, Media, and Sport Committee of the House of Commons in the UK. This is the UK government. This isn't a private interest group. This isn't a non-government organization. This isn't a group of concerned citizens. This is the government. This is the government, the House of Commons, to the CEO of Rumble on the 20th, 2 days ago. Dear Chris, I am writing concerning these serious allegations. They're serious allegations. Of course, they're serious allegations. They're serious allegations. So a serious allegation requires a serious investigation, not just a sham, not just a giving word service, giving lip service to allegations, to the possibility they might be manufactured, that they might not be. A serious allegation requires a serious investigation before jumping to conclusions. But anyway, it says, I'm writing concerning the serious allegations regarding Russell Brand in the context of his being a content provider on Rumble with more than 1.4 million followers. Now, this follows straight on the heels of YouTube demonetizing him. They didn't nuke his channel, but they did demonetize him. So, on the heels of that demonetization, the Culture, Media, and Sport Committee is raising questions with the broadcasters and production companies who previously employed Mr. Brand to examine both the culture of the industry in the past and whether that culture still prevails today. So the first thing they've done is accused the content providing services, the platforms. They've accused the platforms, social media, not mainstream media. No, forget the fact that he worked for Channel 4. He did things on the Beeb. He's been on all the major networks. He's been in movies. Mainstream media. No, this isn't an indictment of mainstream media. This is their investigation into social media. With the broadcasters and production companies who previously employed Mr. Brand, they're saying these companies had some sort of history, this culture where they allowed, if not fostered, if not outright encouraged this behavior that he's alleged to have done. So they're examining the culture back then and to see if that culture, that evil culture, is still there today. That's literally what they said, and that's what they're doing. They're doing these investigations, apparently. And what do you think they mean by investigations? That's kind of a big question you'd have. I mean, when you say what investigations are they doing, we don't know what investigations they're doing, because of course they're not getting into details. Why should they get into details, right? But the one thing we do know is that they're sending letters very, very heavily agenda driven. And this is one of them. So we're also looking at his use of social media, including Rumble. Hey, Rumble, says the UK government, we're looking at you. We're looking at you, Rumble, where he issued his preemptive response. So yeah, he heard that this was coming down the pike, at least. And so he issued his initial statement before really all of this hit the fan, saying, I didn't do any of this crap that I'm about to be alleged to have done. However, we're also looking at his use of social media, including on Rumble, where he issued his preemptive response to the accusations made against him by the Sunday Times and Channel 4's dispatches. While we recognize that Rumble is not the creator of the content published by Mr. Brand, we are concerned that he may be able to profit from his content on the platform. So they're concerned that although Rumble doesn't make the money that one of the content creators who has only faced accusations of doing something wrong may be earning money on the platform, not from anything he was alleged to have done. It's not like he was making money off of what he had allegedly done to these victims, alleged victims. It's just the fact that he is there at all talking about anything, making any kind of money that is a concern personally to the UK government. Man, and it gets worse. We would be grateful if you could confirm whether Mr. Brand is able to monetize his account, his content, including his videos relating to the serious accusations against him. If so, if he is in fact still monetized on your platform, Rumble. If so, we would like to know whether Rumble intends to join YouTube in suspending Mr. Brand's ability to earn money on the platform. Again, I've said it 5, 6, maybe 10 times now. Wrap your minds around this. If this doesn't freak you the out, if this doesn't enrage you and make you angry, there's something wrong. This is just a man who has at this point been accused, just accusations, not substantiated at all. Now, again, if evidence is revealed and open to the public and we get to look at it and it's determined that, yeah, it looks like you did this, I'll even give him a preponderance of the evidence for a platform. For a criminal conviction, no. But I mean, if you look through the evidence, you go, yeah, he probably did it. And it's your platform, get rid of him. But just because a few people came forward anonymously and made some unsubstantiated statements about what he did 20 years ago, the government took this information and the government is sending his, not really his employer, but his platform provider, a letter saying, we want to know if you're going to join other knee-jerk reactions and suspend, and they just flat out suspend Mr. Brand's ability to earn money. He hasn't been convicted of a single thing. He's been accused of some things with no evidence by some anonymous people. That's it. But yet the government is still going to Rumble and saying, aren't you going to take away this private citizen, unconvicted, not even charged, there's not even a civil lawsuit filed against him, this person's livelihood? Are you going to take it away from them like the other platform did? This is a government doing this. It should scare the shit out of everybody, particularly you people in the UK. This is crazy. This is insane that a government would be doing this. We would also like to know what Rumble is doing to ensure that creators are not able to use the platform to undermine the welfare of victims of inappropriate and potentially illegal behavior. Undermine the welfare of victims of inappropriate and potentially illegal behavior. This is just literally saying instantly, if you make an allegation, you're a victim. That's what they're saying. The UK government is saying that if there's an allegation made, oh, what do we do here? We don't need the Murdoch trial. What have I done? There we go. Good thing that was just a picture from the Murdoch trial, huh? Yeah. So this is them just literally saying if someone is accused, then automatically there's a victim in play here, and we want to make sure you don't let people who use your site undermine the welfare of these newly minted victims and of inappropriate and potentially illegal behavior. It's shocking. I mean, if this was like, the Concerned Citizens organization, if this was some feminist organization, fine. Write your stupid letter, and it can be easily ignored by anybody. This is a committee of the House of Commons, the UK government, writing this letter, strongly suggesting they demonetize him. Check themselves. Look at their culture of supporting abusers of women and, purveyors or perpetrators of illegal activities. It's flabbergasting. And that's twice I've used that word now in 2 days, because it's literally flabbergasting to me. But how do you respond to that? How do you respond to the branch of a committee and a branch of the UK government asking you if you're going to deplatform someone who's been accused of something? Rumble showed some serious integrity. They showed some serious integrity doing this. Kathy Forrest says, Tug Simp, we still love you. Did we ever stop loving Tug Simp? No. May I formally apologize for a dumb government? Well, you voted, I think, maybe. Anyway, if you voted, it's your fault. If you didn't vote, it's your fault. Whatever. So whatever is your fault. And Sheila Furry says, legal advice is Russell's being railroaded for his opinions and his questioning of governments and speaking truth to power. Not a huge fan of Russell Brand's. However, I have found his reporting to be true. I can tell you that I haven't looked at his reporting because I just don't like him. As I've said on Twitter, I mentioned the first time we talked about this, I don't think he's funny. I don't know. He's just not funny. I find his new guru thing, I find it to be shallow. It seems like a big put on to me. It's hokey in my view. He tries to make himself sound educated, and I'm sure he's well read, but when he talks like Dennis Miller, where it's just like, oh, I just wanted you to know, while I'm looking out for your soul and your well-being, I'm going to use some really big words to show you that I know some really big words. I just don't like him, but I don't like what's happening to him more. Andrew Hansen haven't cared about the House of Commons since 1776. Nice. Well, briefly during 1812, briefly. Right. So that's where they are. And then Rumble responded. Rumble did good. Rumble should be respected for their response to this. Where is our Rumble sponsor? I think I shut the Rumble sponsor window. Rumble, Rumble, Rumble. Letter to Rumble. Let's get letter to Rumble. Britt Cormier for the $20 super chat. Thank you so much. Moving us ever closer to unlocking the Doggo Cam achievement. How do you respond? Thank you for your letter and concern. Now kindly go piss up a rope, which is kind of what Rumble did, but they did it much more eloquently than that, I think. Thank you so much for that super chat again, Britt. Thank you very, 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 very much. Now, let's take a look at Rumble's response to Russell Brand. This is how they responded when asked if they planned on demonetizing him, if they plan to continue to allow him to use their platform. All right, this is the letter from Rumble. Today, we received an extremely disturbing letter from the committee chair in the UK Parliament. That's a great way to start that letter. We've received an extremely disturbing letter from a committee chair in the UK Parliament. While Rumble obviously deplores SA, grape, and all serious crimes, and believes that both alleged victims and the accused are entitled to a full and serious investigation, it is vital to note that the recent allegations against Russell Brand have nothing to do with content on Rumble's platform. What he did 20 years ago ain't got nothing to do with our platform today. Just yesterday, YouTube announced that based solely on these media accusations, it was barring Mr. Brand from monetizing his video content. Rumble stands for very different values. YouTube, are you listening? Hey, YouTube, listen to this. This is what you should be doing, YouTube. This is what you should be doing. And I'll say it again because it sounds more authoritative if you repeat it 3 times. This is what you should be doing. Rumble stands for very different values. Susan's gone. Susan was gone a long time ago. There's a new chief in town. We have devoted ourselves to the vital cause of defending a free internet. Meaning, let's explain to you, House of Commons, what free internet means. Meaning an internet where no one arbitrarily dictates, including your dumbasses, which ideas can or cannot be heard, or which citizens may or may not be entitled to a platform. I like that statement a lot. No one arbitrarily decides which ideas can or cannot be heard, or which citizens may or may not be entitled to a platform. We regard it as deeply inappropriate and dangerous. Cannot agree more with those 2 words. We regard it as deeply inappropriate and dangerous that the UK Parliament would attempt to control who is allowed to speak on our platform or to earn a living from doing so. Singling out an individual and demanding his ban is even more disturbing given the absence of any connection between the allegations and his content on Rumble. We don't agree with the behavior of many Rumble creators, but we refuse to penalize them for actions that have nothing to do with our platform. Although it may be politically and socially easier for Rumble to join a cancel culture mob, doing so would violate would be a violation of our company's. I'm going to try that all over again. Although it may be politically and socially easier for Rumble to join a cancel culture mob, doing so would be a violation of our company's values and mission. We emphatically reject the UK Parliament's demands. We emphatically reject the UK Parliament's demands. That's how you respond to that letter. Big props to Rumble for that response.